My name is Kelly McPartland. I'm the Senior Product Line Manager for our FTIR products within the Environmental and Process Monitoring Business Unit. The Thermo Scientific MAX-Bev System is a fully automated CO₂ purity monitoring system that's used both to certify CO₂ from producers, and it's also used to certify trucks at beverage bottling facilities for companies like Coca-Cola. Monitoring CO₂ purity is so critical in the beverage industry, both for consumer safety and for product quality. Traditional CO₂ purity analysis techniques require wet chemistry, which would involve taking a sample, taking it into a laboratory, and doing several different analyses. So with the MAX-Bev, all the user has to do is simply connect their liquid CO₂ sample. That sample gets vaporized, and the analysis is performed completely automatically. So the advantage is really speed. This is a lot faster. It's a lot simpler. There's no wet chemistry involved, and it's something that, again, anyone can do. So at a beverage production facility, imagine there's either trucks or rail cars delivering loads of CO₂ several times per day. The truck driver will get out, they'll connect their CO₂ line to a remote truck interface station, and in a few quick clicks, they can initiate an analysis of that CO₂. So they interact with that unit outside, but it's connected to the MAX-Bev, which is normally inside the facility. They'll wait about 10 minutes. They'll see that the load either passes or fails, and then they can simply click a button to print a certificate of analysis. So the MAX-Bev system stores the results of each batch analysis indefinitely on the computer. Those results are all logged in a historical database. At any time, the user can generate a historical report for those batch analyses or go into the database and print or generate a certificate of analysis. Regarding compliance, there's a couple different standards that they may want to certify the CO₂ to. So for example, the most common is the International Society for Beverage Grade Technologist standard, or ISBT, but they may want to certify it to less stringent standards as well. So for example, if a producer has a batch that maybe didn't meet that ISBT standard, they can simply generate a certificate for a less stringent standard like industrial grade without having to repeat the analysis. Bulk CO₂ is a very complex sample matrix. So you have CO₂, but many different impurities within the CO₂. And those impurities vary depending on the CO₂ production technique. So what's needed is an analyzer that can measure many different gases, including CO₂, simultaneously. There's not many technologies that can do that without separating the sample. The MAX-Bev system uses an FTIR gas analyzer, and the FTIR can analyze many different impurities as well as absolute purity of the CO₂ simultaneously. And it can do that because there's a very wide dynamic range. So the technology is capable of measuring both impurities down to low ppb levels like total sulfur or benzene, and simultaneously it can analyze total CO₂ purity to 99.9%, which is a specification. The second key challenge is time. The analyzer is not a core part of production. We want to analyze the CO₂ without disrupting plant productivity. So the truck driver needs to be able to quickly analyze their gas and move on to be the most productive. And also it needs to be very easy to use. A lot of these facilities don't have analytical chemists on site, so it needs to be something that anyone can operate. With the Thermo Scientific MAX-Bev system, our customers can be sure that the CO₂ is of the highest quality so that they'll have the best tasting end product, but also their customers are safe.